Okay,
Four.
good afternoon. I'd like to call to order
All right, sorry.
the December 16th, 2025 meeting of the Town of Barnstable Golf Committee. In accordance with state law, Chapter 30, Section 20, I need to inquire if anyone is taping this meeting. Seeing none. And this meeting is going to be replayed on Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072, and it may also be accessed via the Open Access Channel on the Town of Barnstable website. Okay. First item is the roll call. Jeff Converse. Present. John Cookson. Absent. Keith Hochstein, present. Suzanne Connolly.
Here.
Mark Bushway.
Present.
Bill Silva.
Present.
Jason Orby, absent. Okay, the minutes of the November the 10th meeting. Are there any comments, suggestions, additions, deletions? Seeing none, could I have a motion to accept the November 10th, 2025 minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, show of hands, it's unanimous. All right, Director of Golf Maintenance report.
There's John Cookson.
All right. Just for the record, I'd like to state that John Cookson is present at the meeting. James?
Right. The weather turned kind of quickly on us with the snow and the cold. We had started our prep work for that drainage project we wanted to get done in Hyannis around the putting green. We had it ready to go and the contractor didn't get down there. And that's most likely getting pushed off until the spring when we get, or unless we somehow get a January thaw. Unfortunately, it's tough sometimes, you know, we've had mild Decembers and we finally got burned a little bit, so not the end of the world. I like the contractor. I think, you know, if we do get warm weather, or he'll get it done in the spring, either way.
Who is it?
North Turf, they're called. They do a lot of ball field construction. They've done a lot of work for the town already. Like they did Lombard Field, I think. Maybe that field, I'm not sure which fields they've done, but well-respected contractor. Switching gears, at the same time, the guys were trying to wrap up fall cleanup. They came pretty damn close. Hyannis, it's always tough with all the trees over there, but I think they did a good job in making it playable. If we can get out there, we're going to get into some tree work. Some of the goals this year, weather pending. The fourth hole at Hyannis, the encroaching trees that are blocking out over half of the tee box now. We need to get approval from conservation, but it's becoming a safety issue again. The fourth hole.
The fourth.
The trees on the left?
On the left,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
And also the second tee box from the blue tees, you can't see people in the fairway again. But that requires conservation approval because it's a wetland. They allow 20% cover to be removed. You need a certified arborist, but we've done it in the past. There's a precedent there, so I need to talk to them. If we have time, the 18th tee, also at Hyannis, tough to grow grass on it with all the shade back there. And it's a small tee to begin with, so to clear that out a little bit. Old Barnstable, this was kind of, I had a brief meeting with Mark Munjum, and he had brought it up to me, but the 15th hole over there, I'm gonna pass this picture around.
That is cool looking.
It was really cool. The old cranberry bog had like a sand quarry that they used for top dressing, and looked beautiful from the tee box. And over the years, it's really filled in,
Right.
and you can't even see it anymore. So the guys are gonna go in there this winter and clean it all up and try to make it, restore it
That
to its
little dip is gonna be a pond, like a pond? or-
behind the green.
Oh, behind the green?
Yeah, it's evident on the pictures what it used to look like.
15?
behind the
Yeah.
green used to just be a big sand hill, and it was
Yeah,
very,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool looking. I remember, we were talking
Oh.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to restore the original look to the hole.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah,
That's just brush cutting.
no, there's gonna be there's also
okay.
tree problems there. I mean, some of those white pines have gotten so big, they're almost touching the collar of the branches, so it kinda needed to be done anyway.
So, James, what are you gonna do to this area here?
Bring it back to what's in your right
Bring
hand.
it back to the smaller
Yeah.
photo, which was probably mid-90s,
Okay.
what it used to look like when the course was built.
Those trees on the right seem to really.
They're too close anyways,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
That's what it looked like when I was on the high school team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember.
So we're gonna try to do that in-house.
When you were hitting the 9-iron into there.
Yeah, instead of taking a head cover off.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of tree work right there. We'll see how much we can get done. That's weather pending too. If we get buried with snow, could be tough to get out there. Going back to Hyannis, we selected a contractor for the well redevelopment. Very happy with them. They've done a few things for me before at Old Barney. Expected to do that sometime in January when the ground's frozen and they can get their heavy equipment out there.
Is that a local company?
Massachusetts, but probably the Worcester area. But they do a lot of work for the water company already, the one right off the 6th level. They've done some stuff for us in the Old Barney pump house.
Who is it?
Maher Services. And I think Jesse's gonna touch upon this a little bit. I just wanted to mention, we were most likely gonna do another early no back nine day. It's just gonna allow the staff to accomplish projects, cultural practices. If we get a bad weather day, that's a lot of times the day we spray. So just to give us that extra day of no back nine play at each course, it's just gonna be huge for us, especially with the lack of staff. And like I said, getting some of those cultural practices done, it requires half the crew. And when there's golfers on both nines, it's really difficult to get things done.
What, no back
That's
nine,
no early back nine?
No,
early,
yeah.
it's, or all day?
Um,
Early back nine are
right.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I was just gonna say,
No, just the early
Early.
year.
Alright.
Jesse will
Okay.
cover that.
all right.
But other than that, that's pretty much what I
May
have.
I ask a question?
Of course you can.
I had talked a while ago about the forward tee on 17 at Old Barney being kind of parabolic,
Yes,
and wondered if that could get leveled off and slightly,
it's not just that tee, it's a lot of the par three tees there.
oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a big project, but it's an issue.
Okay.
4 is a problem.
I think the worst one is 17.
17's
forward.
not good.
Oh,
Just
17, I mean, it's the only one I've noticed, but I only play the forward tees. But of the forward tees, that's the only one that people get up to, like, oh, what the heck is going, I can't even stand here, that kind of stuff.
30 years of divots all in the middle of the tee.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
slowly built
goes-
it up.
Yeah,
It's a big undertaking. You're
Oh,
talking
okay.
stripping all the sod, re-leveling, resodding, then the tee box is
Yeah, we
closed.
closed for,
so that won't be a project this winter,
Probably not.
okay.
Well, you'll be playing it back next spring.
Huh?
well,
You'll be playing
the
it back
par
next
threes on
spring.
that
Yeah.
anyway.
It does need to be addressed at some point. It's a
Okay.
problem.
All right, just
James,
asking.
tell me again why you're doing what you're doing on 15, just to restore
The original look of the
the
hole.
original look.
Yes, I think it's just fantastic. It's beautiful. With the sand
Okay.
back there. Yep. And tree work wise, Old Barney's in pretty good shape as far as encroaching trees and from tee boxes, so just for them to have a project, I thought that would be a good one.
Does the Conservation Committee ever reject a suggestion by you, and I'm talking about the 4th hole at Hyannis, where you said that it's becoming a safety issue? Would they ever reject something if you told them that it were a safety issue?
Normally, when you bring in safety, they approve it. At least they have twice in the past. So I think, I'm gonna take pictures, I'll send them the pictures, and There's a precedent there, they'll probably have it on file, I'm sure, of us doing it.
I didn't realize you went before Conservation Commission when you do something like that.
Yes.
So you'll have to ask them about that too?
Not on 15, no.
No?
Only if
Okay.
it's a wetland.
Oh, got it.
So two though, that's an environmentally sensitive area. It's
Yeah,
a wet year, it's almost a pond in there.
yeah.
Well, people for years have tried to get you to cut down that pine tree.
And you can't, yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I know it's a conservation area.
But we have pruned it before, we thinned it
Yes,
out once.
yes.
And that could be a possibility too, just to open it up a little bit. And that's the other part of the puzzle too, they want a certified arborist in there, someone who knows what they're doing.
You know, again, we talked about having a meeting with the membership, perhaps in the spring, now that obviously Hyannis is open. That's something that people question all the time. Why can't that tree be cut down? Thinking that it's our decision whether or not we can, when it isn't our
It isn't,
decision.
yeah. Or we would have probably would have already done
Oh,
it.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah, it offers nothing.
That's a big pumpkin.
Okay, any other questions for James? All right. Jesse, oh,
Offhand, does years and years and years of golf balls going into a wetland?
That's a good point, John.
Probably thousands of them in there.
Yeah.
A lot of them because of the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, I don't know the answer on that.
Yeah.
all right, Director of Golf Report.
Just realizing I forgot one thing, so, update on the dispensers. I don't know if you were in the course, you saw the concrete pads were poured
Right.
for the sheds. We did all our trenching, the conduits are in. The dispensers have been ordered. We have the shed, I got quotes for sheds. They're being delivered, in next month. I think the 21st at Hyannis and the 29th at Old Barnstable. And then we have to run power and electricity to them and internet and all that. So that's still very much a work in progress, but you'll see the sheds in place by late January. Fees, our rate proposal, the public comment period is over, but I've not heard anything yet. It's only been a few days. It was 30 days from the 13th, so it ended,
Yeah,
you know,
you're not gonna hear anything
2
now.
days ago or something, yeah. So, I mean, we need to know by January 1st, because that's when they kick in, but I should hear by the end of next week, I should know.
Mr. Ells supported it. He put it on the, it's had a first read or a second?
It was just a public hearing. It doesn't go to town council.
The fee structure?
It was a public hearing.
Yeah.
On November 13th.
Yeah,
And then he allows
he
30 days
supported
for
it.
public comment. He doesn't say one way or another.
and the town council doesn't approve the fee increase?
Town manager does.
Just town manager?
So he takes public comment for 30 days. Typically, in the past, if he got something via email, he would have forwarded it to me and or Chris Canella. But I received nothing, which I think no news is good news. So I anticipate hearing any day now, yay or nay. But I don't know yet. I was hoping to know by today, but. All right, get into my actual report. Obviously not a ton, it's December, but we started our early sign-up program on November 1st. Since then, we've sold 49 passes totaling $51,000. I had forecasted $70,000 in total for November and December for passes, so we still could conceivably hit that number.
The old price?
Yeah, that's last year's rate, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. That's anybody new, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
So, I should note, since November 1st, we've also sold over $12,000 in gift cards, and at least a portion of those we can safely assume are gonna be used to buy annual passes. A lot of times, someone comes in, they wanna buy a membership for somebody else, but they don't have, we need their ID, we need other paperwork that they don't have. So basically, we sell them a gift card, and then that person can come in and use the gift card to join that way.
So you're selling it at the old rate?
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a rush to get passes?
Well, that's only for new. You can't
Only for new,
renew.
you can't
You can't
renew.
renew at the old rate. You can
No.
renew starting January 1st.
Right, I understand that.
Right.
I'm just like,
So
you
no,
know.
these 49 passes, these
Yeah.
49 people, none of them were members this
So
past
they
year.
wouldn't really know.
Correct,
All right.
Are they residents or non-residents, or it doesn't matter?
Good mix. Non-residents. Of them, it looks like only like 7 are a regular non-resident adult. But it's a big mix. It's a little of everything.
Is that a little higher than usual, the number?
No,
Or
it's
is that
about, it's normal.
about the
It's
same?
normal, yeah. I mean, again, I forecasted 70,000. That forecast is based on historical, actual numbers.
Yep.
And we're at 51,
Yep.
so.
We still got Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be, but again, a lot of them are gift cards that we don't get,
You don't
that person
get-
might
yeah,
not join
right.
until March.
Right.
But we already have the money. As of this morning, there's still almost $20,000 in credit, Pro Shop credit, that needs to be redeemed by the end of this month. So I'm gonna send out an email to the membership tomorrow noting that, come spend your money. And also our holiday hours, which are, for the record, Wednesday, so what is it, a week from tomorrow? Wednesday, the 24th, will be open till 11 with no carts, and we'll be closed on Christmas Day. That's pretty standard every year. Revenue. We finished November up about 155,000 over forecast. For comparison's sake, last year, we entered December up almost 200,000, so not quite as good as last year, but still fairly solid. December is by far our smallest month in terms of forecasted revenue, so that variance is unlikely to move much in either direction, no matter how December shakes out. Lately, we've talked about a lot of the behind-the-scenes type expenses that none of the golfers see. And I felt it appropriate to mention this. Over the past few months, we've been soliciting quotes for inspections and maintenance on all of the new systems in the Hyannis Clubhouse, notably the lift, the HVAC system, and the sprinkler systems. All are brand new to the building. Those have come back at over $10,000 a year. That's just inspections, legally required inspections, and service. Over $10,000 a year. I went into the wrong business. So the HVAC alone is like $6,000 a year.
Wow.
Just inspection?
Yeah, inspection, new filters, all
Every
that stuff.
year?
Who does the inspection?
Yeah. Well, I'm getting quotes. I got quotes from like 3 different companies, and that
I
seems
get 3
to.
more.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. It's
Does the
crazy. I
fire
still am.
department
I'm still
look
gonna
at the
keep going.
lift?
Yep. And
They
they look
look
at the
at the lift,
sprinklers.
right?
Oh, and so does another company.
Oh,
It's
really?
insane. Yep.
That's nuts.
The lift, the first quote we got for the lift was $1,800 a year, just worth of inspections. Then there's a dedicated phone line that's in there, so if you get trapped in it, you hit that's $80 a month, so that's another $1,000 a year.
Jeez.
So we're talking $3,000 just for the lift. This is the stuff nobody sees, that, so unfortunately, we have to absorb these, a lot of times at the cost of something else, but that's part of that's a decision package for next year. So hopefully we can get those to a net zero.
I like how you call the elevator a lift. That's kind of
It's
cool.
technically, it's a hydraulic lift.
Yeah, it's not really an
elevator.
elevator, right? Yeah.
So, to what James is talking about, the T-sheets for next year. So as you all know, there's one day each week we designate as a maintenance day. That comes with a delayed start, meaning 8 o'clock in season instead of 6, and no early back nine. It's been Tuesdays at Hyannis and Wednesdays at Old Barnstable. So this coming season, we're making some tweaks to that. At Hyannis, Tuesdays will stay the same, 8 o'clock start, no back nine. And we're adding Mondays as a no early back nine. We'll still start at 6, but no back nine on Mondays at Hyannis. At Old Barnstable, we're switching the delayed start day from Wednesday to Thursday. And neither day will have back nine. So Wednesday will start at 6 with no back nine. Thursday will start at 8 with no back nine. That means the men's league at Old Barnstable will now start at 6 instead of 8. I'm sure that'll make some people happy, others not so much, but that's the
We
case.
start at 6.
Right, that's
Yeah.
the case with every decision we make. Some
Yeah.
people are happy, some aren't. So that means there's still just one delayed start at each course, and there's 5 days of early back nine as opposed to 6. So you still have, again, 5 at each course, you still have a early back nine day. There's no day where there's no back nine at either course. So you can still play early back nine 7 days a week.
Will those be posted on the website?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to feel like we baited and switched, like finding out after they joined. So I'm gonna try to find a way. I can't really put it on the application. Maybe I can find a way to fit it. There's so much on
I don't know
that.
if you need to put it on the application.
Yeah, but I think I want it to be part of what somebody gets when they join. Like, by the way, here, event schedule, here's the leagues and that kind of I want them to know right up front.
Yeah.
I don't
That'd be
want,
an info sheet rather than part of the application.
yes, it'll be right. So, yeah, I wanna make sure people know.
Just to avoid having people going up there thinking they can
Correct.
play an early morning.
Correct, because there's a lot of them are so used to it,
It's
you
still
know,
gonna happen.
but, oh, of course,
Shocking.
but it's more to just to protect ourselves, like, hey, we told you this, don't.
Yeah, right.
But as James said, this is gonna give him so much more time, and even just those 2 hours a week, that'll buy him, I mean, really, an hour and a half probably, because the first group out could fly around and hit him, they could be on the 12th hole by the 2 hour mark, but that'll give him and his group so much more time to do all the things they need to do.
No, I think it worked out too. We were having trouble squeezing the men's group into that slot. on
Well,
the
that's
stage.
that's the reason we're gonna move Thursday to the delayed start is because the men's league has gotten so popular, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But they ended up spilling into, it was almost noon before we could have any public play. And that's a revenue herder, big time, when we can't book a single fee player until noon. So now they'll start at 6, they'll be done by 9:30, and we can have our normal looking tee sheet.
So, in doing this, will you switch, what tees you go off of?
Could,
We could,
depending on,
it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm
I
thinking
to
about
get
the
something
front
done up
nine, is
front.
that what you're thinking?
well, when we say early back 9, we just mean whatever hole we're not using as one.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem on the 4th hole that they need to address, that day we start everybody on 10.
Okay,
It gives them an extra 2 hours.
all right,
If whatever they're doing is on the back 9, we start everybody on the opposite side.
got it.
That's all it is.
We should just call it early 9 then.
Right. I mean, that's,
Yeah,
yeah, well,
because
I mean,
I'm sitting here going, what about the front, you know?
yeah, it's early other 9.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mailer. Yesterday I sent you all oh, yep.
Do you get any revenue out of the early 9?
A little. It's mostly.
Pass holders,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
they do pay, we do pay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like we golf for free.
I mean, how many of them join because of that? I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's like not much greens fee wise. He hates hearing me say that because he's probably thinking, why do we allow it at all? I mean, at Yarmouth, they go off of 1 and that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, a little, but I don't wanna, it's been there forever. We're taking a day away this year. I wouldn't wanna go, sorry, I wouldn't wanna go completely. We'll see how it goes this year. If you feel like it's really, I'm sure you're gonna say yes, it's valuable time, they,
There are a group of men in particular who cherish that back 9.
absolutely,
And I don't know if they join just because of the back 9.
I'm sure a
but
bunch do,
very possibly, some of them do.
right,
And again, I'm not disagreeing with your new proposal here, but I do want to just emphasize that a whole bunch of
Yeah.
elderly men play that. They know each other and they have a great time playing just 9 holes.
Right.
It's perfect for them.
and again, they can still play 7 days a week. I understand that the back 9 at Hyannis
Yeah,
is very
Again, I'm not disagreeing.
problematic for some people.
Yeah, but
carts,
they enjoy it.
Right,
So-
and James, they need the time,
yeah.
they really do.
Yeah, no.
But there isn't any I mean, I wouldn't want to encourage this, but on the one day that there isn't any, I mean, they can always sign up for a tea time and quit after 9.
Of course. Yeah, we don't love that either, but
Yeah.
but of course,
Yeah.
yeah. And maybe that's what'll happen. They'll get in the habit of, okay, we used to play on Thursdays, now we can't. So we just put in a tea time, we put in a recurring request for Thursdays between 6 and 7:30.
I think you need to emphasize that between the 2 courses, there will be
Every
7
day,
days,
every
yeah.
day.
You need to emphasize that.
And people can say, well, I can't play the back at Hyannis. I mean,
Take a cart.
you know.
I know they love to walk, but
It's,
you get enough exercise, even with a cart.
Of course, especially out there.
Yeah,
So I sent you the letter, a draft of the letter.
yeah.
I reloaded.
I hope so. I hope to have everything set up for early next week. I'm waiting on the dust to settle on a few event dates, to include them on the schedule. Regarding the letter, I actually got some good feedback from Jason about the section on the range machines. I had written like, oh, these machines will allow us to better track revenue and this and that, and it's funny, zoomed in on that, because that was the one thing that I wasn't super confident about. And his point was essentially, members don't care how it helps us as staff, they care how it helps them. So I've changed that section, we're looking at the paragraph directly below the annual passes. It now reads this. Please note the driving range annual passes have been eliminated. Current passes will be honored through the end of March. The new range ball dispensing machines are a significant facility upgrade that will allow for extended range hours and customers bypassing the pro shop prior to range usage.
Oh,
So it at least gives them the benefit, right?
Basically,
We can keep-
you don't realize you're getting, no.
Yeah, you know what yeah.
Why would you get extended range hours?
Well, because now you can keep selling range balls after the shop closes.
Okay.
So the cart
Has the
person,
subject of nighttime range been broached?
like lights?
Lights.
We can't get it. They won't let us do it.
Yeah, no,
At Hyannis, they
who's gonna
won't let us
staff it?
do it.
Who's gonna work?
Well, this is what I'm
Since-
asking. I
yeah.
mean, do you need to staff it?
yeah,
Oh, I think so.
oh,
I
yeah.
mean, to me,
Well-
you talk about a moneymaker in the summertime.
It's been
Even
talked
if it was
about.
a short.
Yeah.
But the days are long enough so people can be out there at 8:30 at
Yeah,
night, you
it's
know.
been talked about. I haven't really explored it. Bruce always wanted it,
What's to
right?
keep people from coming after hours right now? If
Shutting it
there's a
down?
ball machine out there, will the shed
We'll
be
close it.
closed?
We'll
Okay,
close it, yeah. We don't want people messing with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, but it'll still be extended hours because right now, like the shop person goes home at 6:30, but the cart guy might not leave till 8:30.
Okay.
So now when the cart person leaves,
You'll close.
they'll close it. So you gain
Well,
an
it should
extra,
be posted hours
you know,
then.
right. They'll gain an extra couple hours.
Yeah.
And the other benefit is you don't have to go in the pro shop anymore.
Well, that's what, I'm
right to
looking
the
forward to
machine.
driving up in the parking lot and getting.
You don't have to go up the
I
hill.
don't have to go up the hill, then go
Right.
back down the hill,
Yeah.
it's awesome, I
Yeah.
think it's great.
So that was a good point. So
Yeah.
now it reads how it benefits people.
Well,
And,
something to think about as you consider new sources of revenue.
for sure, especially with, yeah.
You'll be surprised how much more you'll make with the machines.
I can't wait to
Oh,
see
yeah.
the numbers.
Because you're gonna, I mean, like you say, in the one that we got, you know, you're better tracking, and the people aren't gonna be able to
Right.
pass it off to their buddy, hey, here's my pass.
We have no clue right now how many balls we
We
sell.
went through
in a day.
that at
We have no idea
Cranberry Valley, and it's like,
because of the
you know,
memberships.
I mean, ask Roman and Dick Fagan how much
Yeah.
more.
I put 10 grand in the
we had
proposal.
tracked.
I know that's super conservative. It's
Really?
probably 50. We get killed on the range memberships. Absolutely killed.
Yeah.
And the outcry, there's gonna be a lot of it. And I think I said this last month, it's gonna be in direct proportion to how good they've had it and how much
Yeah,
it's been
exactly.
skewed on their end, you know?
Maybe we'll be able to put in a grass range.
I think you'll get non-members, people who don't even golf at our courses.
Hope so.
To use it, you know, it's so convenient,
Well, you do
especially
now.
old Barney.
They go there now.
Yeah, yeah,
There
but
isn't
it's
any
gonna be
place
even
to
bigger.
go.
That's what I'm saying.
Where else? I mean,
I mean, you can go to.
Holly Ridge or Bayberry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's nothing in between.
Yeah.
This'll be
So
great.
I guess I'd like to end my report
Yeah.
by posing two questions to all of you. The first being any feedback on the letter, and also, this is a small thing, but I ask every year, do you think the event schedule fridge magnet is worth doing again?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
$1,000, which
Except
isn't
I like
much, but,
it.
We
okay,
need to
people
send one
seem to
to
like
Keith
it.
and myself this year.
I mean, it's either that or it just comes on this.
I remember you didn't get one.
Why don't you?
When I looked last year, it was like $800.
Can you get somebody to sponsor that?
Yeah, definitely.
Like the company that does the inspection on your lift.
Division 15 event schedule. Interesting.
I mean,
Cape
if you
Cod
could
Five.
get a company to sponsor
Cape
that,
Cod
it
Five
would pay
would do
for it.
I'll have to vet this with.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would,
But I could ask the actual person who's making it. The vendor that we're actually having, you know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
The promotional product company that we use for this.
What
to do
does
our
that
mailer.
cost us, Jesse?
$800. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's a pretty cool thing.
yeah.
For less than $1 a piece. You know, it goes to what, 1,100 people for $800, something like that. I just didn't know if you were all gonna say it's stupid, save the money, but. That's all I have, if there's no,
I have a question.
yes.
It's really, I'm looking for information. You note that the concessionaire's been re-upped until
Oh,
2028?
Yep.
Which is pretty significant. And I'm wondering, how is feedback from the people who use these concessions solicited, if at all?
basically when there's problems, I hear about them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I
yeah.
mean by that?
I'm wondering if if it would behoove the program to have a slightly more formal, we'd like to hear what you think about, we're looking at re-upping, and let me say
The
this.
process couldn't be more formal. You want more outreach, right?
Well, yes,
Procurement
and
process is.
I understand, but getting feedback doesn't really interfere with a procurement process. It just gives you feedback that's a little more regular, I guess. And I have to say, I'm not complaining. I think the concessionaire over at Old Barney really, took her a while to get,
Yeah.
going.
The beginning
but-
of the year was tough.
Yeah, but,
The hours were inconsistent.
they've done much, much better, and people are much happier. But I'm still thinking, we've got her now for 2 years, right? Three, okay. I just think that some mechanism for getting feedback from the folks who use the concession before you go out to bid would not be a bad idea.
You're right, all right. Obviously.
That's for the
too late
future,
now, but yeah.
because, you're
And, I
going
mean,
out with a new one.
You're 100% right, but also you're making it, not you, but there's a big assumption that there's just all these wonderful vendors out there that want to come in. That is not the case.
But it would inform the eventual concessionaire,
Here's what we need from you.
that this is what the folks like, this is what they'd like to see different,
Right.
So it gives them some feedback, and you should do it before the procurement.
Right.
Because,
right, no.
once the thing is done, you can say, this is what we've heard, take it or leave it, really, you know what I mean? It doesn't,
Even
No,
things
do
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
even things like, the menu, for example, like, let's get some feedback on,
Yeah.
Where could we make improvements to our menu?
Yeah, thanks, yes.
Wouldn't that be incumbent upon them to do
Well, yeah,
that
they are a
as
private
opposed to-
business.
Yeah,
I can't
right,
tell
but
them.
just
No,
give them some
yeah,
feed, we could just
and
give them
also,
feedback.
they'll know if they're doing it right. If people are going there, fine. If they're not going there,
Well,
sorry, you need to do something different and you need to find out.
I'll push
what it
back
is.
I'll push back on that, because we often have events that are, catered, really.
Yep.
And, I go to a lot of different clubs, and I see, ooh, that's a ladies' lunch, you know what I mean? Little finger sandwiches with a salad is better than pasta with chicken every single time. You
Right,
understand
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just that it's good feedback, constructive feedback, not bitching and moaning about this or that. It's just constructive feedback, I think, from the folks who use it. Because you don't have any choice when it's an event, and they set it
There you
up.
go.
Sure you do. The person running the event should huddle up with them and set the menu.
That
Bingo.
doesn't happen.
It should.
It's not on golf staff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's whoever's running the event
Yeah,
should be in touch
that
with
should
the
be their-
restaurateur saying, here's what we'd like, whether it's women's
Well, who
spring
runs
team or whatever it
the,
is.
who runs the events, like a
That's my point.
club,
It's all over
club
the place,
championship
yeah.
or member
Oh, well, no,
guests.
I don't, she's not talking club events, I don't think, you're talking.
no.
Well,
That's
same
golf.
thing, with club events, they just have a bowl of hot stuff.
Yeah,
Then that's,
they've had that
if,
for everything,
for every club event?
every single event.
All right, then,
And
Well-
that's the kind of, it's just an example.
Right.
It's not bad
Sure.
food, it's just an example.
no, you want more variety, you want more targeted.
Yeah, more feedback to the concessionaire.
All right, then I'll make sure on our side of things, meaning the club events, the club championships, the member guests, I'll make sure that variety is highlighted. But on the outside events, like the Mass Golf, Spring Teams, Cape Cod Women's Golf League, that's got nothing to do with us.
No,
And that's,
understood,
that's
understood.
when we host an event at Hyannis, back when we had a legitimate, we have staff said, here's the phone number to the kitchen. We're out. We have nothing to do with it.
So right before, the last thing I attended that was catered at Hyannis, before the disaster, it was the ladies' championship. And I was blown away how fantastic things were. It was such a variety of things. It was small sandwiches, a nice tossed
Must have been
salad.
June of 2022.
Something like that, right? And I'm like, that's great. That was
Right.
the only time I have said, wow, this person really thought through and tried to really, put on a nice table for the women who played that year. And it was funny because there were lots of women playing that championship that year. And I just think that if it's felt more like that to more people, people would not be happier, but again, it's just opening a door to some feedback
Right.
for the two concessionaires.
I'll make sure
Yeah.
that this year and beyond, we're not just giving them a budget. We're having a deeper conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of just $25 a head,
Yep,
because it,
and we'll figure it out for
Correct,
25
correct,
bucks a
yeah.
head, yeah. Okay, that'd be great.
yeah,
That'd be
I'll make
great.
sure. I was always of the opinion as a golf pro that I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job as the chef, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Even if it's good, you don't want the same thing every time.
But
exactly.
we've given feedback anyway from people we play with or whatever.
Directly to them.
Well, even Keith,
Yes.
you've commented at the
There's two
meetings.
different issues here in a way, Jesse. Number one, who did we award the contract to be leased? It's the same people that were there last year.
Old Barnstable?
Right.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's the same people.
Right.
The second topic that Suzanne is bringing up now is how do we give them feedback? I personally have spoken to her a couple of times about wait staff,
Right.
which I have not found to be terrific at all times, and also the menu. But you're absolutely right, every one of the events, the CUDA, the Turkey Open, all of those people are run by someone other than yourself.
Right.
And those people decide with her, I hope they do, on the menu.
If you
Or
don't,
they
you get what you
should
get. Right.
be. They should be.
Well, I think the way it works, and this is kind of firsthand knowledge, is what do you want to charge? 25 bucks a head, I can do a big bowl of pasta and chicken with broccoli in it.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Right.
And
Because
that's why.
25 is really 17.
That's the same,
Tax
that's what
exempt.
you're saying, it's the same every single time, because that's their menu option for $25 a head. When
And
I,
that's fine if it's just that group is only there that one time that year.
yeah, but
when
we're
it's a
there a
club event
lot.
or it's a- right.
So,
I will say I intervened, not intervened, that's a weird word. Early this year, I did have to say, hey, I'm getting a lot of complaints about inconsistency of hours. Opening too late, closing too early.
right.
And they turned it around. I'm not giving myself credit for that. I'm just saying, it's not like I'm that hands-off, or we as a staff are that hands-off. It's tricky because they are a private business, but there are minimum hours of operation in the lease.
She seemed to get up to speed though
Yes,
as the
yes.
season went on.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, the start,
enjoyed
May,
her
May
work.
was, May and June were tough.
Yeah,
with the
I think
hours.
she
They were
started to
closing too
enjoy her
early
work
and-
more. And,
Yeah.
but there are issues, and I think feedback from the public is not a bad thing, so.
I
Just
kind of
saying.
found the hours in the evening when the kitchen closed, kind of prohibited going out at
Too early,
4 o'clock, say with my grandsons, and then wanting to come
coming in
in
at
at
6:30 and trying to,
6, and,
shouldn't be too much to ask to be open at 6.
yeah. But occasionally, they weren't. I think some nights they were, some nights they weren't.
Does the contract require them to stay open when the course is open? Because that's the issue.
Right, well, there's minimum
You get a
hours.
tea time in the afternoon, it
Right.
takes you 4 hours to play.
Yeah.
You wanna eat dinner there.
It's not as simple as if the course is open, you have to be open. There are hours, I believe it's 7, I could be wrong, I have to look. I think 7 is the latest, that's the minimum. You must be open until 7, I'm saying that right now, I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
but they may close the kitchen at 5:30 or 6.
I'm not sure how it's written.
Well, I think we have to get that straightened out,
Yeah,
Jesse.
there's,
Because I agree with John.
yeah,
I've played sometimes and I've wanted to eat dinner, and you almost have to ask them if they're gonna be open 4 hours from now. Say it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
okay.
Whether or not literally, if you wanna eat there, should we only play 15 holes? Because we have to get in to have dinner.
All right, well, that's, yeah,
Because if the kitchen is closed, the restaurant might as well be closed, except for getting some cold sandwiches.
and it's not like there's something 30 seconds down the road either.
No.
All right, let me,
I think patronage of that particular restaurant fell off. And I think that led to a situation where they felt like they couldn't stay open
it's
because
chicken or the
nobody's-
egg, right?
Yeah, right, it was a
It
chicken and
really
the egg
is.
thing.
Maybe when we have a meeting at Old Barney, one of those 5:30 meetings, we can have somebody from the,
Perfect,
That would be
Have them come.
great,
okay.
just for
Yeah.
10 to 15
it's a
minutes.
great
Yeah,
idea.
that's a good idea.
Call it like the April one or something, or
Yeah,
maybe the,
Yeah,
once they're back open, yeah. Okay, I like that.
We'll be nice, we'll be nice.
Yeah,
Maybe they could bring us some
Yeah.
Here, bring us some snacks.
No, just the fish
That's a good
tacos.
idea, yeah.
But Jesse, talking about a similar topic, what is the status now of the restaurant
I
at
should
Diana's?
have touched on that. Bids are due Friday.
Friday.
Yep. There's at least 3 that I know of that are putting in. I don't see anything until it's,
Yep.
until it's unveiled. I believe the committee,
You represent?
yeah,
I can meet, Chris asked me about the
Yes.
22nd. I told him
Okay.
that I cannot meet on the 23rd, I'm going up to.
22nd must be a Monday.
22nd is a Monday.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense because bids are due on the 19th. So I believe that the 5-person committee, myself, Keith, Chris Canella, and then Amber Patterson, who's a chief procurement officer, she's involved in all of this. And David Anthony, the director of asset management, he's kind of like the landlord for the town, if you will.
Oh, yes.
Right, very adept and,
Oh, he's
he
very
knows,
good.
yeah. So we'll review the proposals and it really is reviewing a proposal rather than a bid because the money's the same. Everybody's paying X per month and X percentage of gross. So it's not like we're picking the lowest bidder. It's an actual
Bless
proposal.
Right.
Sample menus, sample hours of operation.
So it's what they bring to the table, so to
Correct.
speak,
And
all right.
their history, right.
Okay.
That's what we look at.
So we've had
So,
three.
I believe 3. I've had walkthroughs with 2 of them in the last couple weeks. I've walked through the building with 2 potential vendors that currently have operating restaurants in town.
Oh, nice.
I don't wanna say, I don't know if I'm allowed to. But they have restaurants in Barnstable that are currently doing well, both of them. And both of them were asking a million questions and they're super interested.
So when will we know who you've chosen, what month?
I believe the paperwork says January 19th, we're supposed to award. So they give it a month.
Wow.
So December 19th, they're due, January 19th, we award, assuming we're good. It might take more than 1 meeting, we might have to meet again early January, probably will have to, I can't imagine we'll come to a consensus in 1 meeting. Because their proposal could be 50 pages, it's gonna get handed to you that day, and, and then they'll be able to right away apply for their liquor license and hopefully be open and ready to go in April.
Nice.
That's what we're
Nice.
hoping. I mean, if they're not open till May 1st, it's not the end of the world, but we
No,
want
we
April.
want-
If anyone has cacio e pepe on the menu, I'm voting for them.
Yeah. I have a question, do you have to accept one of the 3 proposals as
No.
is?
No,
Can you go back to
Sure.
them and
Yeah.
ask them?
and we don't have to accept any of them at all. Obviously, we want to. But I was on a committee 2 years ago. I was on the selection committee for the HYCC concession. And we got 3 or 4 proposals and we didn't take any of them. They went back out. We don't want that because
Yeah, but I
time is of
mean,
the essence,
can
but-
you say, we'll accept it if
if you change this.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, it's not ironclad. Absolutely.
Well, we all know, the golf course used to we used to receive more than just the monthly fee from Hyannis, because they generated so much money. That was a gold mine years ago.
Yep.
As compared to, or contrasted with Old Barnstable, that's so small, they have a difficult time
Hyannis could in
holding
theory
any
be
sort of events.
40 to 50,000 in rent.
Yeah,
It could be. Yeah.
it's a major part of the experience at
Yeah.
Hyannis.
Mhm.
I think we used to almost subsidize the old Barnstable vendor, right?
Yeah, I
He
mean, there's no
wasn't-
function room there, there's no
Yeah.
big outings, so it's.
But I
yeah.
remember a time when Bill was running it,
Mhm.
where he wasn't really making a profit, so to speak, but we let him kind of stay there. He couldn't, there was something about
Yeah, there's not much,
Yeah.
there's not much
No.
coming back.
Yeah.
Whereas Hyannis, it could be 40,000 plus. in
Hyannis
rent.
could be.
I mean, that's
Because
why
that
it's-
function room is valuable.
Yeah.
Is that function room, is that under the control of the?
Yep. And
Of us or the concession?
them, that's their space.
That can be a going
And-
concern.
Both vendors I walked through expressed a lot of interest in getting that snack bar up and running by the time
Oh,
of tea.
excellent. I saw the window. I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that a full kitchen down there?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that's gonna be
they could
wonderful.
operate out of there. In theory, they might not even open the restaurant till 11 o'clock. That's
Yeah.
where they're operating out. You know, you go in there in the morning to get your coffee, breakfast sandwich, and then when you make the turn, you go to the window, you know, whatever.
Tom Rook's gonna smell that.
He's right in his eye, yeah. He hasn't set anything up in there yet.
Just, we used to have quite a few 9 and dimes where we used to, and
I think a lot of those went away when Gimmies came in, for a lot of different reasons, you know, hate to say it.
That gimme sign is gone.
Everything's gone,
Yeah, the
it's all
sign
gone.
out on the road, I meant.
Yes,
that's gone.
oh, out on
Yeah.
132?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
yep.
What is the name of the outfit that runs the Old Barney?
Tavern on the
Oh,
Green,
Tavern on the
it's
Green, that's their
technically,
business.
yeah,
Okay,
there's their
all right.
DBA, yeah. It's, Lauren DiCarlo is the owner.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
very nice, and
Yeah, she's good.
I think she's starting to really enjoy running a restaurant now.
It was
so-
new to her.
Yeah, it was
right?
new to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very nice, very friendly.
Running a restaurant at a golf course is a completely different animal
tough.
than running a regular restaurant. It took Bill a good year to a year and a half of adjusting to everything that you have to be aware of before he got that up and running. So I think Old Barnstable is gonna be in good hands this year.
Yeah,
Not a lot of restaurants are expected to be open 14 hours a day. You
True,
know,
that's true.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so hopefully
All
next
right,
month.
other comments for Jesse?
yeah, question. One of the items that you mentioned that you were gonna try to put through was an increase in the part-time from $20 to $22 an hour.
For maintenance.
Yeah.
Right.
Did that go through?
We don't know yet. We put in 7 decision packages. One of them was an increase for staff. We won't know until it could be May, honestly, because it wouldn't kick in until July 1st. So,
Fiscal year 27.
correct, all the decision what I'm saying isn't entirely accurate because that would be an increase to the budget line of the seasonal wages. In theory, if we could absorb it within our current budget, we could do that now and have the people right away in late March start at that new rate. If HR would approve it. So James and I will have to run the numbers and see, can we
How many hours?
can we absorb that increase before July 1st? We'll have to look at that. But if the decision package gets approved, it'll definitely happen July 1. Awkward to tell somebody, hey, we'll give you a raise halfway through the year, but I mean, having our budget year changed as be a July 1 it proves problematic for a golf course. You know, a lot of these decision packages, I'd love to have them start April 1st, but it's just not reality. So it might start right away, it might start in July, we'll see. We got plenty of time to look at that. The dust is pretty much settled. I mean, we have to see what happens with unemployment over the winter, because that comes out of our regular budget line. Unemployment, it's weird. Unemployment, you would think, would be in the salaries and wages category of our budget, but it's not. It's in our regular operating line. No different than fertilizer or range balls. So we have to see what happens with that. If a lot of people collect and it kills us there,
Well, all your seasonal people, don't they all collect?
They go get jobs.
I hope not. I mean, I have my own thoughts on that, you know. Don't tell me you
Workman's comp,
don't tell me you can't get a job at Stop and Shop over the winter.
Do you pay
Yeah.
workman's comp?
If needed, yeah. Yeah. We haven't, you know, knock on wood, haven't had to. But
I have a question.
Please.
Now that the Hyannis Clubhouse project is done, let's move on to, where are we with, maybe you could kind of put it out, you know, we talked about hiring architects that would do
Yeah.
the research on the bunker and irrigation and
put in that
water.
CIP again. So we put in 2 CIPs this year, which will, again, we won't know until May if they're approved or not. One is a new equipment package for, it's about $250,000,
For
something
Old
like that.
Barney?
Well, Barney Hyannis.
A little bit of both.
A little bit, okay, just new equipment that he needs to replace old, you know,
This
obsolete
says Old
equipment.
Barney. Your-
Okay.
Your letter says Old Barney, that's
Okay.
why I'm asking.
Gotcha.
You might wanna change that and just new equipment for
Just leave out the
courses.
course,
Just
yeah,
the
all right.
courses.
And the other one was exactly what you're talking about, the study. Because again, we
It was
can't.
denied like last year.
It was denied last year. It's about $100,000 ask. In theory, I actually had a meeting with Chris Canella this morning. He might be able to make a pitch to CPC to cover that, which take it kind of out of cycle, so to speak. If CPC said, you know what, that's worth doing, find out if we actually can, save 25% of water usage, how much money will that save us? Not only is it great to save that water, but how much on electricity, and maybe you need one less rough mower, I don't know,
And
what will that save us?
irrigation and bunkers that's a together
We'd
package?
like it to be.
Makes sense to do it. at the
Yeah,
same
you don't
time.
want to, you're gonna dig up irrigation and then,
And what?
So you're not gonna do
impact would-
bunkers first.
What impact would either course, as far as how long it would have to be closed, what time of year it could be done, so forth?
in theory, I mean, you could start in November probably, and you think have it done.
I mean, that's what all these private clubs have been doing. They do it in the
Yeah,
winter,
they do it,
minimal
yeah,
downtime.
Mm.
I think
They-
Leano maybe had one hole closed and they'd work on one hole.
correct. Pecasset did, Oyster Harbor is obviously
Oyster Harbor,
huge.
well, that was, different
We
animal.
started in
Yeah.
October.
Right, yeah, that's it, but everybody there's gone, right?
Yeah.
Oyster Harbors, I mean, they're doing 7 rounds a day in October. Yeah, so we would probably start early November and hope to have it done, I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but, we would try to minimize it, but, do you want it or?
And if, we're talking a project that's out 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just securing an irrigation contractor could be difficult.
Right, to legitimately
They're backed
do
up as far as.
irrigation and bunkers at both courses, it's $10 million. It's out of our scope right now. But, it would go a long way if we could have those experts come in and say, yes, you could, design a system that saves you 25% water, and now you're saving X, I don't wanna put a number out there, you're saving X amount a year that could go towards the note. We'll see, but, so it is a CIP that will be looked at. We probably won't know until I think May. But Chris today told me that he'd like to have a conversation with CPC and take the temperature on it, so to speak.
Mark, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was the question, quite frankly, I was gonna ask the committee as to whether or not in the 2026 year, we wanted to, and I know we are an advisory committee, but in terms of setting goals, and what I'm really talking about, obviously Jesse is very involved with this, but also the involvement of Chris Canella and also Matthew Levesque, who is our town councilor, who is, he is our representative, so to speak. And really what we need is town hall representation at some of our meetings to give us, like for instance, and again, I'm not being critical here, Jesse, please.
Sure.
But Jesse just answered you by saying that's a 3 to 5 year project. I think people are a little bit tired of hearing 3 to 5 years. It's nebulous, it never seems like it happens. Maybe it won't happen. And we can tell people that it's not gonna happen till this particular time. But also what concerns me is this, and again, I have tremendous respect for Mark Milne, but the unofficial Mark Milne edict that we need to have half of our budget in our reserve fund. I think the last time that Jesse talked about this, he mentioned the figure of 1.9 million. That's a couple of $100,000 short of halfway. What does that mean if we got to that point, or we got pretty close to it? What would then happen? We have no way of knowing this. We talk about it in these kinds of ways, but until we get representation, and I think we have two allies. Chris Canella is an ally of this cause. There's no doubt about that. And I think Matt Levesque, if we start inviting him to the meetings, I think he can become an ally.
Wasn't that one of the reasons why we're here today? I thought there were gonna be, I thought that's why we moved it
Oh,
to
no, they
during.
didn't have anybody for tonight.
No, that
IT or,
I think Jesse's schedule was part of the reason.
that's why we moved it to
We
today,
moved it to
the
today.
reason we're
But
early.
I am asking you the same exact thing. Do we want to invite people to the meetings in the future? And again, what I'm trying to do is find out the feeling of the committee on this issue. So that if, again, we had a meeting with the membership in the spring, we might be able to give them, I don't want to even say hard answers, because that's probably too difficult.
It's
But
too ambitious.
some sort of direction in terms of the three things that you talked about: the architect, the irrigation system, and the bunkers. And again, I think we need the town hall input, that's what I'm saying.
I think since he's our advisor, I think it would be appropriate to invite him to all of our meetings.
Who, Ganella?
No,
Matt Levesque.
Levesque. It's the
I
S
mean,
sign.
he should be on the invitation
C'est
to
français.
our meetings. If he shows, he shows. I mean,
I'll start doing that.
and, because you had mentioned another counselor that went to.
Well,
all of
I was probably not so politic when I said it, but basically every standing committee of town council has a liaison, not an advisor. He's not an advisor, he's a liaison, so that what we're talking about gets back to town council in some way, shape, or form. And I miss having the liaison be here, so if you wanna reach out and say, just come to one meeting a year, when we'll talk specifically about how to bring stuff back to town council, that would work, you know?
Well, he knows he's our liaison.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
We should be inviting him, and hopefully he'll come. Maybe not every meeting, but hopefully.
No, not every meeting, I think.
Yeah,
Hopefully he'll
Yeah.
come.
Suzanne mentioned Chris Clark. She's a workaholic. I
Yeah.
mean, God bless her soul.
And Betty
And she
Lucky.
goes to all the meetings. I don't think it's necessary for him to come to every meeting.
Right,
But when we invite him, if we see a meeting where this is going to be the main portion of it, or a very important part of the meeting, with Chris Canella here, then he can be our representative at a town council meeting.
What I would
and
sug-
speak
yeah.
on our behalf.
I would suggest talking with him first, saying, when could you make it? Here are our meeting dates, and we will make you and Chris Canella and, you know, the town, Chris's administration, he's town council, and just say, we'd like to make you two the focus so that you can hear our concerns and bring it back. And, you know, once a year, he could make it. I want to say something else. Do you remember you asked me to represent this group at the
Yes.
recreation?
Yes.
Sort of brainstorming session, and Chris was there, and I was there, and other people in other recreation areas of the town were there, and the theme that emerged was the absolute snail's pace at which business gets done in the town of Barnstable. And
happens in every meeting.
no, it doesn't. I will say that, and people brought up other experience with other towns. I was living in Framingham for a long time, very, very involved in that city now. And when things needed to get bought, decided, fees needed to be set and so forth, it happened much more quickly. And there's a young man who's involved with recreation, and boy, he was not pulling punches. And I echoed what he said, is that, you know, it's just, it takes way too long to get this approved, that approved. Let's move on this. It's unnecessarily long.
Like my decision packages are due in October for the following.
Yeah.
So if I miss that date, that means I have to wait 20 months.
Yeah,
to-
it's an issue, and it's just, in terms of when you say 3 to 5 years, there's no reason this should take 3 to 5 years. This should be something that's decided on this year, and we start the process in the second year. That's the way it should work, and in a lot of municipalities, that's the way it does work. So I just wanted to say that, because when you said 3 to 5 years, it reminded me of that
Like,
conversation.
I think some of James can say, I think some of it is the availability of the contractors. It has nothing to do with Barnstable.
No,
right?
it gets hung up in, I hate to say this, things like the procurement office or.
Oh, sure,
you
but
know,
even if we
legal-
decided right now, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Contractor could say, all right, we'll see you in
3 years.
2028.
Okay.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Is that, you're right.
Yeah.
But also, there's another side of it.
Sure,
You know,
but I think
Sooner
if
we
it's,
do our part.
yeah,
Correct,
even
of
get in
course,
line.
of course. yes.
yeah, exactly,
Oh,
so,
But also, we have to talk dollars and cents. I mean, we're talking an irrigation system. James, can you give even a figure off the top of your head? Approximately, not that we're gonna pin you down for this.
A reference point would be what Yarmouth just did to the dump course. I believe that was, what, 3.5?
Three.
Three.
$3 million.
For 9 holes.
For 9 holes,
For 9 holes.
Bunkers
So
too.
now,
Bunkers too, yeah.
bunkers and irrigation.
and the
So 5 to
bunkers.
6, 5 to 6, say,
So where do we get that money? And this is why I mentioned the fact that we would bring this up to the membership, because many of our colleagues, if I can refer to our fellow golfers, are willing to complain about the bunkers, especially at Hyannis, and they're not necessarily in great shape. But if they find out that their fee is gonna have to go up significantly
Of course.
in order to pay for all of that, and we will remind them, as we do all the time, that we pay for everything, the town pays for nothing. Would they be willing to have a significant increase in their fee rate in order to pay for all of this?
You're never gonna pay for it with fees.
But the
with
fees
golfers'
would have
fees.
to go up, Suzanne.
They
They would have to go up a lot.
This is an
And
issue,
you're ab-
yeah.
But then we would have to borrow money.
That's a bond issuance.
We would have to borrow money.
Yeah.
We're gonna be paying $100,000 extra a year to pay off the clubhouse. How much extra would we have to pay for all of the things we're talking about?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying about getting someone like Chris Canella here, and maybe even Mark
Mark
Milne,
Milne.
although I know he works from home
Yeah.
for the town council meeting, so that might be another concern. But I know that Chris can speak for him. And what would happen hypothetically if we had to borrow $3 million?
It's
That would be another,
a bond
off the
issuance.
top of my head,
$250,000 a
$150,000 to $200,000 extra a year. And again, we'd be paying for that. Where would it come from, Suzanne? It would have to come from fees, as well as other areas that we would look at.
Well,
This
Let's
is
not ignore
why,
the model
to
too.
take a hard
say
look
it.
at
I'm
all of
looking at the
this
ball dispensing machine.
is a matter of looking at the finances.
Yeah, in a more sophisticated way, is what I've said before, is that we need to,
Don't ignore the model.
what model?
Members play 60% of the rounds.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Well, Jesse, that's the
I
point.
mean,
We would
Can't ignore that.
begin to take a new look.
right.
Because again, if we just dumped it on the membership, we would probably have a lot of people who wouldn't sign up.
Of course.
And then we'd be in more trouble.
Mm.
So this is what I'm talking about at the beginning, and this is, Mark, I think this is what you brought up before. This is the topic that we want to bring up in 2026.
so I say we get Chris in here and talk
yeah.
future financing, maybe at the next meeting, and just give it, help us understand everything. But one of the things, Keith, is that members don't understand is that when you buy a pass, you're a member, right?
You're
You
a
get-
pass holder.
You're a pass holder. People like to think of themselves as members.
Of course, it's a nice.
You
title.
get leagues, you get special events, you get club championships,
Discounted cards.
discounted cards. So I'm not sure that when they buy their pass, they understand that those tee times are sort of part and parcel of what you're buying. Does that make sense?
A club championship entry fee is $25.
Yeah,
You're buying 2 tee times
yeah,
with
exactly.
no Chelsea points. Right? I mean, but
Exactly.
people don't think of it that way. Oh, club championship.
Well, I think of it that way because I don't even
Right.
bother trying to get tee times in the summertime anymore because it's just so crowded, And I think that pass holders should understand what they're buying better
Well, again, this would be a topic,
at the meeting.
we would really have to talk this over and get to some hard figures here.
How bad, I mean, James, in your opinion, are we on like borrowed time with that irrigation system?
I mean, Hyannis is obsolete, beyond obsolete.
How old is that system?
It's the
Mine's
original.
the original, 72.
Yeah, 50 plus.
And there was laterals added in 99, but even those are obsolete. The guys are constantly digging holes, fixing stuff over there.
Wow.
I've been Old Barnstable's not much better, that's 91, 92.
Right.
Granted, we replaced a lot of the heads, which was a big
Right.
upgrade, but the pipe in the ground.
Rotten.
Are there any other projects that are coming up in the town requiring a bond issuance that we could piggyback onto, or?
I don't know.
Not with an enterprise fund.
Yeah, I don't, I mean,
Couldn't do that with an enterprise fund?
I don't, I just, the enterprise word is what comes up
I mean,
in that
that's-
kind of
we'll
conversation.
never get a penny of general fund money. That
No,
won't- that
we are
won't
not,
happen.
and we can never expect it.
But to you're gonna say it might be a better rate because we're pooling.
Oh, yeah,
something like
Jason
that,
brought
right?
this up at the last meeting, yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
it would be a better
Well,
rate.
They'll get the town rate, now AAA, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can't get much better than that. But you can't do this with, pass holder or cart fees and stuff like that. It's gotta be a bond issue.
Range
That's
balls.
right,
What?
Range balls.
Nighttime.
Could be another.
Night range.
Night range.
The night range is gonna pay for the irrigation.
Put a second layer up there.
Ooh, I like that.
Cool.
Oh, John, now
That'd be
you're
awesome.
thinking.
Go, top
I
golf.
like that, top golf possible.
Yeah.
Top golf, yeah. All right.
Again, I wanted to, and I'm glad Mark brought it up, I wanted to bring that up today to the committee to
I'm glad you did.
begin this idea of inviting Chris here and to find out exactly what would happen. Yes, of course we'd need a bond issue, but who's gonna pay that bond issue? It has to partially come out of pass holder fees. And things like Jesse just said, our 60-40 percentage, things of that nature.
I know nobody wants to talk about that, but it's,
Well, we have to.
we give the
At
most
that
access of
point-
any municipal.
at that
person,
point.
okay.
We haven't, again, if we're gonna talk about millions of dollars of course improvements, we have to.
I don't think it's a
Nobody wants to
coincidence.
see it get let go and
But
deteriorate.
this would fall under CPC, would it not?
Possibly.
If they would be willing to help and.
I
Oh, I don't
think-
even know, how can they help?
The irrigation system
How can
would,
they
because you're
help?
saving water.
But that would be the pitch.
See,
We get
see-
surcharge, right, on our property taxes.
You
for-
take, I say this to everybody I know, take a look at your taxes the next time you get them, your tax bill, and line items.
Yeah,
And every town on Cape Cod has a CPC.
but not everybody has 3%.
That I don't know, Bill, I really don't know.
surcharge.
So Bill, you
But
pitch
anyway,
it to them as saving
The
water.
Oh,
CPC,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the CPC has millions of dollars
Yeah.
that they give out every year to a variety of requests that go to the town council for their
Well,
approval.
that's what I want to know, how much do they have to give out?
They have several $1 million a year.
And
They
that's
do?
where Levesque could bring
Yeah,
our hopes and
Right.
dreams
yeah.
So
to
if
town
we took out a
council.
note that cost $400 a
Yeah.
year and they paid half of it.
Yeah,
Bill,
Right.
the CPC paid off the last 4 or 5 years of our note at the Hyannis Country Club,
Yeah.
Hyannis
and
Golf
then it blew
Course.
up.
So we received several $100,000
Oh,
from
way
them
more, million and a half.
for the
probably.
past 5 years.
It was a lot more than
Yeah,
that.
it was probably 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5 million they paid.
Yeah.
Well, several 100,000 times 5.
Right, right.
Well, it's not just the water, I mean, the,
Open space.
yeah, the open
protected,
space.
yeah.
Fescue is beautiful.
Sure.
I mean, it's very, very
You love
aesthetically
it, right?
pleasing,
Yeah, you
even
could-
when you're looking for a golf ball.
You could make
Yeah.
a nice environmental argument
I'm just
that,
picturing like left on 10.
yeah,
Left, like all the whole way up the left side on 10.
I would-
Left and above
Jesse-
it. Why are you spending any time maintaining that, you know? Like,
I went down to the Ryder Cup, I walked that course
Fescue
2 or
everywhere.
3 times. And that's exactly what they have at Bethpage
Yeah.
Black,
Yeah.
one of the best courses in America.
Right.
They have a fringe, and then they have a little bit deeper, and then
There's not
10
much
yards off the
regular rough.
fairway.
yeah.
It's just natural.
It is
They
natural.
don't mow it, they don't do anything to it.
Stay out of
I think
it.
you're bitching
Yeah.
about slow
I think
play
they cut it
now.
back. in the
I
fall.
know.
You know,
I was
it's
just
like,
gonna say.
excuse me,
it's
there's
really
a
11,
5 and a
14
6
overall.
hour round right there in the making.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you
Look
look
awesome,
awesome,
but-
they go over to Maya Comet.
10 on both
you know,
sides?
In between 11 and 14,
Oh.
like those humps.
That place is
I'm
crazy
picturing
that way.
That would look
But
great,
it's
but
wonderful.
Well,
I
people.
love playing there.
and 11.
It does, it can take time.
Looking for balls in there.
You hit straight, it's a
You
good
keep
place
it
to
thin and
play.
wispy.
Is it too shady? Like, does fescue need more
um,
sun? I picture
Not
We
necessarily.
have two questions here. Number one, the question related to what Mark brought up and what we've just been discussing is inviting people here. We also need to pick a month that we're not going to meet. If you recall at the last meeting, I asked you to check your calendars. I don't know if everybody is ready to select the meeting that between January, February, March. It's usually either February or March that we don't meet for obvious reasons, so we know when we're gonna invite people. Is there a month that someone cannot attend?
March.
March. March, okay. What about February then?
Yeah,
I don't have any firm plans, but I don't think I can meet in February, but let that be.
Well, only because you're one person, we already have three that can't
Can't do,
attend
right.
March.
Okay,
so we meet in January, Keith?
I guess that's what I'm asking.
yeah,
It's up to the membership.
Yeah,
I'll try to
We
get
meet in
Chris here.
January and we meet in February.
yeah,
Okay.
And then we
every
do
month.
not meet in March.
And then
Okay,
do you want, well, we have time, I was gonna say, do you want me to try to get somebody from the tavern for April? But that's.
yeah,
we'll discuss
April
that.
would be great for that, I think, right?
Well, again, yeah.
I mean, and Chris should know that we're looking for financial advice,
Yeah,
how to move forward with all of these projects that need to get done. And not only the advice, but how are we gonna pay for it? Who's, where can we get assistance to help pay for it?
In a
Well,
perfect-
also, Suzanne brings up a good point about our liaison, Matt Levesque. We also need to contact him and ask him about his schedule. Whether we need to meet here, because Chris Canella, we need to meet here at 2:00. Is that gonna work for Matt Levesque?
Stupid question, do you think that ask should come from me, you, or Chris?
I can contact Matt Levesque.
It would probably, I would feel like I would be jumping over Chris's head,
Yeah, I don't want that to happen,
Right,
Jesse, really.
would it make sense to invite, when you invite Chris, to have Matt Levesque here at the same time? Because
I would think so.
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
think so. I would rather have them both here.
yeah.
So either January or February, and let him
Okay,
pick, which one, he'll have the dates, you have the dates, right?
well, we know what, I don't.
Yeah, second Tuesday.
count.
Second Tuesday,
I see no
okay.
reason to,
All right, second Tuesday.
so we're skipping
Is
March.
that gonna work?
Skipping March?
January
Yes.
13th and February.
Is that gonna work for people to again meet
Yeah.
here at 2:00?
Yep. We have to make sure Dave can do it, right?
Right, so I'll ask,
Well,
I'll
that's,
ask, I'll
yeah,
ask
that's
them.
Jesse's.
You do that, right?
All right, so what we're gonna do then is, our meetings are gonna be in January and February. We're not gonna meet in March, of course, then we begin meeting in April. And in the meantime, Jesse and I will be contacting Chris Canella and Matthew Levesque and asking them which days are good for them personally.
Good.
And again, it's a little bit different for Matt than for Chris, because at 2:00 in the afternoon, Chris is obviously working for the town. But obviously, he has other areas that he is involved with.
Can we have a Zoom component to these meetings for the folks who can't be
When
here
you, when you
too?
said Mark Mill works from home, I was looking at that screen.
Yeah, could we
Yeah.
have a Zoom component? I mean, we never have done that, have
Sure,
we?
why not?
Yeah.
Only
Make
doing
it
it
a
during
hy-
COVID.
They do it in town council, right?
It's a hybrid, make it a hybrid meeting.
So in other words, we'd meet here,
Yep,
but anybody that couldn't meet would
there'd be a
Zoom it.
Zoom link,
That would be good.
all right.
If that's, what that's there
Yeah.
for.
What? No,
Yeah.
that, it works, believe
Okay,
me, yeah. Yeah, I've done that before, many times. All right,
Okay,
we got a plan.
I'm told no.
No what?
Big brother just told me, no, we can't do a Zoom.
Why?
What? Why? This is Sarah B.
The Comprehensive
Sarah?
Financial Advisory Committee was
can't we
on
do a
I
Zoom?
watched it last night.
Only city council can do hybrid.
You're kidding.
You're kidding.
Ha, thank you. How we can't do a
Thank
Zoom?
you, Sarah.
I wonder if it just costs too much money. But anyway, I don't know the answer.
Okay.
All right, Jesse, you're gonna contact Chris?
Yes.
And then we need to be in touch. If I may say this, when I talked to Matt Levesque, I will be asking him about both meetings.
Yeah.
Jesse, and then I'll get back to you, and you can ask Chris about both meetings.
Both meaning,
January and February meeting.
Okay.
Because maybe if you say to Chris Canella, we'd like to have you here on the January meeting, and Matt Levesque can't make it,
keep them together.
yeah, we'd like to have them both here.
You might wanna ask Chris if we should be inviting Matt Levesque all the time, and let him decide when to come. And then when we really want him here, let him know.
Well, I would only say that making it like this would be a special appearance by you at this specific meeting would get him here. I just
Yeah,
think, you know, yeah,
I think he's the liaison for a couple of different things.
Yeah.
I think most of the town council have more than one committee, and
Oh, yeah, there's
I think
40
that starts to
committees,
get
only
a
13
real
citizens.
burden on town councilors.
Well, he
Thank-
hasn't, I mean, I only remember meeting with him once.
he came to one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that at the last meeting.
Yeah.
But I think when we invite him, I presume he's gonna come, assuming his work schedule can handle it.
Yeah.
All right,
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second, all in favor, aye,
We're done.
the meeting is adjourned.